Magic 89.9.
Budget for your gadget with Cholo De La Cruz.
But not with Cholo De La Cruz, but rather Junior Jack David, one of the Game Boys / Techno Boys, filling in, of course, for Budget for Your Gadget as per usual. Now, unfortunately, for another week again, JJ Wacky is not with us because he's busy off doing side quests. So yeah, I guess I'll be your techno boy for today. I'll be your guide into, of course, the techno world because we got a brand new toy from Asiatic. They have sent us another laptop for you guys because, like I said at the end of the day, guys, we say this every single time on Budget for Your Gadget. We got to show you guys different gadgets because you got different budgets. And this one might be the gadget for you. So what we're rocking over here is actually the LOQ 15 and a bunch of numbers after that. I'm not reciting that because those are too many numbers. But yeah, long story short, you guys can check it out. You know what? I'll recite it once just so that you guys can get a feel for it. It's the LOQ 15IAX9E. There you go. So if you were able to keep track of that, maybe you can look it up, while you're watching me. Or if you want, you guys can check it out later because we'll be posting this on Facebook so you guys can rewatch it in case you missed any of this or in case you really want to rewatch it to make sure that you're making the right decision for your budget. So, what are we looking at over here? Well, standard laptop, nothing too fancy besides the fact that it has a beautiful matte finish like most laptops do. But I will say though, it does have a matte finish, but it's a lot glossier than a lot of matte finishes, if you get what I mean. Here on Budget for Your Gadget, we review a lot of different kinds of laptops, and we always kind of default to calling it glossy or matte, but most laptops really are like that. I'd be surprised if I found a laptop that was fuzzy, So yeah, we're rocking a beautiful glossy outer finish with a bit of a matte texture. So I feel like it's definitely not going to track a lot of fingerprints, which is amazing. But, if it's not your style, it's not your style. Maybe tune into a different iteration of Budget for Your Gadget. But yeah, what else do we got here? We have sort of a space gray finish. That's what I'd call it. So the reason I'm calling it space gray is it doesn't look exactly like the typical office gray where it's pretty bright. I would say this one's more on the low-key end, but it doesn't really fall into the black category either. Hence why I'm calling it space gray because, space is kind of dark, right? I mean, infinite vacuum, nothing there. Of course it's going to be dark. So yeah, it looks incredibly sleek. There's not much to boast about, as in a good way. It's very tame. I can't find the right word, but it's just very, if you don't want to flaunt too much, this is the perfect laptop for you. Speaking of other stuff that you want to kind of add to your laptop or things that you'd want in your laptop, we of course have, there we go, 2 USB ports, 1 Type-C port, of course we got the charger port. We have an Ethernet cable port. So if you guys are trying to run Ethernet, okay. For any of you guys who don't know what Ethernet is, if you guys know what Wi-Fi is, because everybody knows what Wi-Fi is, imagine Wi-Fi, but it was through a wire and it was extremely fast. There you go. That's what Ethernet is. It's basically Wi-Fi, but really fast, but you have to run it through a wire. So this laptop has the capabilities to run Ethernet, which is really good because if you're going to download things in really fast speeds, let's just say you need to download a lot of things constantly. So naturally, you need fast internet. Ethernet cable is definitely the way to go. So I'm so glad that this supports Ethernet cable because usually that kind of thing is, computer exclusive. So seeing it on a laptop is definitely a welcome addition. What else are we rocking here? We're also rocking an HDMI cable, naturally. Pretty standard across all laptops. And the thing I'm looking at the most, which is kind of what I'm surprised about, is I think there's an SSD card reader. So I think that's what this is. It looks like it. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, if you guys are curious, you guys can check it out for yourselves because at the end of the day, Asiatic always has their website open, asiatic.com.ph, where you can double check all the specifications to make sure it matches your preference to a T. So that's enough about the exterior. You know how we like to do it here. We talk about the exterior. We talk about its looks. Now we got to get deep and personal. Let's get to know the laptop. What's inside of the laptop? Well, we're of course running with these specifications of an Intel Core i7 12th Gen. Fun fact, guys, my computer at home is also running a, Intel Core i7 12th Gen. So I can say firsthand, great chip overall. It is an amazing, it is overall such a good, it's a good processor. There we go. It's a good processor overall. So yeah, I would highly recommend that you get this if you're looking for some high intense whatever you're going to do with a computer. And then next we got the graphics card, which is an NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3050. So you know it has ray tracing capabilities for all of your AAA games. Fret not, because of course all of your, Red Dead Redemption, it's going to look amazing on this laptop. For memory, we're running a total of 8 gigabytes DDR5 RAM. So DDR5, if you didn't know, is sort of the latest version of RAM available. So we're not squandering on the recent times and running 8 gigabyte, which I would say I would prefer to be higher, but I'm pretty sure, I'm like 90% sure, you guys can talk over to the people over at Asianic. When you go to their store, you're going to be like, hey, listen, 8 gigabytes isn't cutting it for me. Can you help a brother out? Can you help a sister out? Can you help a person out? And get me some 16 gigabyte, 32 gigabyte. You tell them, they'll help you out over there because they're amazing people. I mean, come on, guys. They keep giving us laptops to review for you guys. And we're rocking, of course, a storage of 512 gigabytes SSD space. So, pretty standard stuff overall for the laptop. Now, what do I recommend this kind of laptop for? Who is the target demographic here? Who is planning to buy a laptop like this? Well, I would say it's perfect for the working professionals, for the students out there who edit a lot, and honestly, if you want to get a bit of gaming in there too, go ahead. Surprisingly though, this laptop is built for gaming, even though it doesn't look like it. You know how a lot of gaming laptops typically look like those they're really bulky, heavy, and they scream gamer? This one is super sleek and kind of just, again, like I said before, super sleek and low-key. So if you don't want to kind of out yourself as a gamer, or maybe you want to play a bit of games here and there, but you don't really want it to basically be your whole personality that you're a gamer, well, this is the laptop for you. So, long story short, guys, I would really recommend this kind of laptop if you're trying to go for that low-key look. You're trying to be on the down low, and maybe you want to do a bit of gaming here, a bit of editing there, a bit of work there. I mean, guys, this is a really powerful laptop, so I know it's going to be good for spreadsheets. I'm just saying its most intensive capabilities are definitely, the fact that it can edit and the fact that it can play games. And we love to play games on laptops, guys. I mean, that's kind of half the reason we buy it, but that's just me personally. So, of course, at the end of the day, the budget part of Budget for Your Gadget is very important. You guys want to know how much everything costs so that, you can kind of plan your salaries accordingly, right? Or maybe ask your parents at the right time. Well, we are rocking at a SRP of 66,995 pesos, or basically 65,000 pesos. Now, I know what you guys are going to say. It's classic Budget for Your Gadget bait out. You're going to be like, okay, so it costs that much, but of course, it's Asianic. They're going to have an amazing deal for us once again. So, of course, Asianic's got her back with their cash buyers that get 10,000 pesos off. That would mean the price would drop all the way down to 56,995 pesos, or practically 57,000 pesos. Can you believe that? They're basically giving you a 10,000 peso discount. Guys, 10,000 pesos is a lot. If you don't think it's a lot, I think you need to get a reality check over here, because 10,000 pesos is a lot of money. So if you guys buy at Asianic and you're a cash buyer, they got your back. They're going to give you 10,000 pesos off. Now, of course, at the end of the day, what do you call this? It's really important as well that, well, not all of us are cash buyers, right? Not all of us are cash buyers. So of course, if you guys shop at Asianic, you can also alternatively pay 5,582 a month for 12 months, or 11,165,000 pesos for 6 months on major credit cards. Remember, guys, this deal, the 10,000 pesos for cash buyer deals, is available all the way until July 21. So that's about just a few days, maybe a week, barely a week. So it's really important that you guys try to cop this deal while you can, because as much as Asianic loves giving us good deals, they're not made out of money, guys. They're gonna give you guys promos every single week, and this is definitely the promo of the week. Once again, this was the Lenovo LOQ 15 and a bunch of numbers after it. You guys can definitely check out the product model over at asianic.com.ph, as well as our Facebook, where Magic899, where we're going to be reposting this for you guys to rewatch. Once again, this was
Budget for Your Gadget with Joel Dela Cruz.
Magic 89.9.